So there I was, racing to a last-minute call for a show on Miami Beach. Everything's moving super fast. We start playing, and I glance up at the stage just for a second, and what I saw, I'm not even sure was legal. You've got to hear this. Hi, and welcome to ForBassPlayersOnly.com. This is our newest feature, Tales from the Pit and Beyond. True stories from my years as a professional bass player, always with a point or a punchline. I'm John Liebman, and I grew up listening to the great classic rock and blues rock from the 60s and 70s. I'm guessing you did too. After a long career as a bass player, I've made it my mission to teach others how to play bass. And now those people aren't just listening to music, they're making it. They're playing their favorite songs and just having so much fun. Sound good to you? Just remember, you're never too old to groove. So, let's play bass. So, all right, I'm lying in bed on a Sunday morning. This was back in the 80s at a time when I was at my all-time maniac stage. I was a house bassist at the Hirschfeld Theater, so I used to play 8 shows a week there. Then I'd go straight from the theater over to Little Havana, and I played at the Copacabana, where I did 4 shows a week there. Those shows didn't even start till like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, sometimes I think even later. So it wasn't unusual for me to get home at, I don't know, 4 o'clock, 4:30, whatever. But I was young back then. I could do it. I could never do it now. Anyway, one Sunday morning, the phone rings. Hello? I said, John, it's Steve. Hi, Steve. Are you busy? I'm sleeping. What's up? I got a last-minute cancellation. I need a bass player on Miami Beach right now. Can you do it? Sure, Steve. Yeah, so I throw the stuff in the car and I haul up to Miami Beach. I get there. It was at one of the big hotels. It was like, I think it was the Sheraton Bal Harbour or something like that. A fancy hotel on Miami Beach. It was in one of the big ballrooms there. A whole bunch of round tables set up. It's like a Sunday brunch. So it's like 11 o'clock Sunday morning. The audience was made up of people older than my parents. The men were in sport coats, the women were in Sunday brunch clothes, whatever it is. And this was kind of an unusual show. They do come up from time to time, but they certainly weren't very common for me back in those days. There's no conductor. You put on a set of headphones, but you leave one of them off so you could hear what's going on around you. And in the other one, in the one that you have over your ear, there's a click so you know the tempo, and there's a guy talking. And he says, okay, now we're going to slow down here, and now this is going to happen. Now we're going to speed up, and I'll be careful for the, so it was a lot going on. I'd never seen the music, I'd never heard it. I'm just focused on that and listening to this and just super, super focused. And after about, I don't know, 15 minutes or something, 20 minutes, I get a chance to just look up and breathe. And I just glanced over at the stage, and I swear to God, all the girls are topless. You got the scene? Sunday morning, Sheraton Bal Harbour, big ballroom, audience older than my parents, and it just was the last thing I ever would have expected in a million years. But hey, gotta keep going, right? So I did my best just to keep playing, stay focused, and avoid looking up any more than was absolutely necessary. But I guess the point is, you never know exactly what you're gonna walk into when you go to a gig, and sometimes the bizarre happens. But you know what? The groove doesn't stop, and neither do we. What about you? Have you ever had an incident on a gig or just in everyday life when something just totally out of left field shows up and you had to give it all you got to just keep your cool and to keep doing whatever you're doing? Let me know. Leave a comment below and share your experience with me. And also give me your takeaway on my experience. I love all the comments, all the feedback, and I do read them all and I respond to every one of them personally. So let me know. And I do these stories every week. This is like, I don't know, I think around number 5, something like that. So we're getting on a roll, we're getting on a groove. Tales from the Pit and Beyond. True stories from my years as a professional bass player, always with a point or a punchline. I do these every week, so if you're not already subscribed to this channel, take care of that right now. You don't want to miss what I've got coming up. I cannot make this stuff up. And I will look forward to seeing you right back here next week, same time, same place, with another edition of Tales from the Pit and Beyond, right here at ForBassPlayersOnly.com. I'm John Liebman. Let's play bass.